Hey folks, this is Joe from joeThinks, and today I'm going to show you how to defeat the Hell House in Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard. Now, a lot of people have said this is the hardest boss in the game. Thus far I would have to agree. I haven't completed everything on hard.
I've been working here a long time, but they better be ready for this.
I like how they build up to this fight. They put all these decorations and stuff as Cloud and Aerith raise the ranks of the Colosseum. So the thing about this fight is that it is complicated and it has multiple phases. You basically have to dance around the Hell House as it's spitting out explosives, while you have to deal with managing its elemental components. Now here you'll see I have all of the elemental materia. With Aerith I have her set up to be a healer. And of course I'm on hard mode. So my people are level 50 and I have most of my materia completely leveled up at this point. I really appreciate just the way that this game complements the original materia. The only thing I don't like about this game thus far with the materia is, where are our loadouts? We have to change materia so much. It would be nice to just save a list of materia and be able to switch between those different lists. Now I am recording this on my crappy PlayStation headset, so anything goes. We'll see how this even sounds. I got my handy dandy list here. Now there's plenty of videos about the cinematic that lead up to this. This is about the fight itself. It's really funny how the Hell House is introduced. Maybe I'll make a video about doing that. The very first thing you want to do is build up your action meter, your active time battle meter. Because as these town berries are spit out, you need to kill them as quickly as possible. That actually wasn't the quickest way. Now notice the Hell House. It's red. It's got a fire element going on. You want to blast it with blizzard. You want to blast it with ice. The way that the element works for this fight is when it is either icy or red, those two elements, you want to cast the opposing one. Whenever it's flashing like lightning, or it's green and fluttery, lightning and Aero are the two that are opposing to each other. The whole objective of this fight is to actually try to stagger the house and do as much damage as possible while it's staggered. Now here I actually cast Arcane Ward with Aerith here, and I would recommend doing that an awful lot. It allows you to cast spells twice simultaneously. Well, not simultaneously, but one immediately after the other. Your first cinematic means that you're done with phase 1. And you're moving on to phase 2.
No, not yet.
Let the craziness begin. Notice a great opportunity for a counterattack here. Learn to appreciate that moment. Actually here, and throughout this fight, I don't think I actually do counterattack as much as I'm given opportunity to. So again, you want to stagger them or get them prone. Notice he's sucking in. Try to keep running, and most of the time your companions will try to run as well. Hopefully they're not that super close. I'm going to cast a summon here. The King of the Dragons. Now I recommend using your best summons during this fight. Leviathan is a great one to use as well. You'll notice that it's prone or pressured. This is what you're attempting to do. This is what you want in the first place. And in this particular fight it works out really well for me that Bahamut comes in at the time he does. Once it jumps up out of the arena, the only thing you can really do is cast magic spells on it or hit it with Aerith's abilities. But again, you're looking for the opposite element. Always be blocking. You'll notice in my materia loadout, which I can put that in the description for this video too, I always have ATB block on and maxed out at this point too, so that you can get the most action points out of the blocking that you're doing. But basically the prime element of the entire hard mode for this game is learning to block and counterattack. That too is implemented in this mode. Right there, opportunity for a counterattack. I chose to evade. Sometimes that's a choice you have to make in hard mode too. Should I take this hit? Because you're gonna get hit. And counterattack with it, or should I just block out of the way? And I chose to avoid, seeing as I have Bahamut out right now. The dragon's whooping on him too, and look how close he is. Bam. Maybe you'll get this lucky, and your summon will go off while it's staggered. That's the end of that phase. So in phase 3 he starts putting up this barrier, the Hell House does. Again, sucking things out and every once in a while spitting out, yep, town berries here, which you must dispatch as soon as possible. What doesn't happen in this fight, that I have seen happen in different times that I've fought the Hell House, is that 3 town berries will spawn in adjacent areas all around the arena. Again, you have to kill them as quickly as possible. And normally when they're all together like that, I would use triple slash, but focused strike helps you kind of dash along a little bit better from area to area to get them, which there's not going to be any example in this fight, but as an example, should that happen, make sure your priority 1 is take down the town berries when they are out. They can spawn. Bam, use magic. Remember, Cloud can be a magic user too. Notice that I'm using the Twin Blade. Again, new mechanics added on to old mechanics, and the next coming phase will be exactly like this too. New mechanics on old mechanics. If you can at all, those large flying objects that aren't books, try to block those. Try to dodge its rear fire too. Stay at an arm's length. I try not to get super close to it until I'm attacking. Nope, not enough that time. With Aerith, make sure that you are constantly using Drain Soul. She will run out of magic points. Consider this entire fight to be a moment where she is out of magic points. In any downtime you get that you have a bar of ATB available, turn it into magic points. It'll keep Cloud and her alive, and ultimately, I hope you as well, I found that Aerith is one of the most powerful characters in the game, just because of her proficiency with magic. You can avoid all the fanfare. Try to keep it just out of length. I didn't do it here though. attacked instead of used magic. I missed my opportunity. Yeah. So now you're waiting for him to change his element, like this, where his barrier will be dropped. You'll be able to cast spells on him and hit him briefly until the 4th phase.
That's gotta hurt. Aerith gets a double dose of neighborly hatred.
This one's for you!
I recommend using regen. I don't often after the beginning of this fight, but I will frequently use regen. It's a nice when you know that you're not going to be under direct heavy fire way to kind of top your hit points off. It's a technique that I learned in playing MMOs. Heal over times can be great spot heals. And once it's up there, start trying to nail the crap out of it with the opposing element. My Cloud is out of magic. Block, block, block. Make sure that when time comes you can attack. The last cinematic signals the beginning of stage 4. Now the Hell House starts flying around, and the same things that it's launching at you previously, it's doing while in midair. Here you have to juggle around, and it'll begin to start to do its special moves, basically avoid it until the mechs come out. Which I do a spectacular job of failing.
Nothing personal.
Had I planned that a second earlier, that would have worked. Remember, plan your limit breaks for when they're staggered. I did not adhere to that and kind of wasted it.
Down the hatches, folks, because a storm is brewing on the horizon. I'm waiting.
Remember, stay arm's length away too. Just remember, until the mechs come out, this is not your prime directive. Your prime directive here is to deal with the mechs, but kind of dance around. The Hell House will continue to attack you. You just kind of got to keep it around and continue to manage it. What I would usually recommend is continue to attack the Hell House and have any kind of secondary damage go towards the mechs. I typically try to start by avoiding all of them and continue to focus on the Hell House until the mechs get close to Cloud or Aerith whenever I'm attacking them. Now here I just used Aerith's second limit break, which will make them immune to attack for a little bit here. So I will leave the rest of this video for you to enjoy the fight to the end of the Hell House, and this is generally what you have to do. You'll need to dispose of these mechs, and whether you do it quickly or you let this part of the fight linger is up to you. I've seen some folks that focus on the Hell House. For me, it's easier to get rid of a mech and then continue to dance around the Hell House and then get rid of the other mech, and then you're only focused on the Hell House.
Gotta give it my all. The hell house is ready to shove its messes of hate down their throat. The hell house isn't afraid to fight.
We did it.
So if you like this kind of content, definitely hit the like button and let me know. If you haven't subscribed, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever I release new videos like this. I haven't yet started the gaming channel, but this is a taste of what I'd like to kind of do, or at least what I'm doing now. I use this program that you can get on PlayStation 4 called Share Factory to make this video. And overall, I'm kind of pleased with the quality that it allows for me to make videos with, and will encourage me to do so on the computer more. So remember, be kind to each other, and use your turn signals.